Okay, all right, we're back. I'm sorry, hold on, give me a second. Why am I here? Let's get in the group video. I'm about to get in the Discord with Cold Blood. Where's the Discord at? Yeah, unfortunately, I can't run the Discord and GeForce Now at the same time and do these simultaneous streams because what I do, why did it do that? Oh, come on. Let's okay. Yeah. So that's why I have the text to speech thing, which I think it's working pretty well. Because what I do is I simulcast to all right, I'm in the chat. I simulcast to is it gonna show me in the chat? Is it not? Okay, it's just Twitch is a little bit behind. Okay, there we go. Yeah. And so, okay, there he goes. There goes Sean. Oh, Sean's ready. Oh, shoot.
Y'all not gonna sit here and cap today.
Cold Blood is running. Oh man, hey, Sean, give me a second. I don't know if Cold Blood's gonna hop in. I gotta run and do something real quick. I'll be right back. Here I come.
No problem.
Oh, and Juice, I see you up in there. Hey, Juice, if you want to hop in, I don't know if you at work, bro. Hop in. We gonna fight.
What's good, Cold Blood?
Hey, Sean. Stop dick licking Nintendo.
Nah, you over there capping hard as hell for no reason.
What did I cap about?
All of your shit. Everything out your mouth is 1,000% cap or skilled truth. So we'll touch the points.
Give me a specific reason why I cap.
I'm telling you. All right, bet. The main thing is.
All right. Okay, I'm sorry. I had to. Yo.
Oh, you all good?
Okay, Cold Blood's here. Y'all, go ahead, y'all. I didn't mean to interrupt. Y'all go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. No, so the main thing is
Bro,
you laugh at
wait.
4 million. Uh-huh.
You know I destroyed you with facts today.
Hell nah. Y'all act like y'all can't understand that the shit is the same. The Switch 2 version is the Ultimate Edition. Just like the one on Steam. Now you're arguing about the fact that it's 4 million Steam Deck players. Cool, 4 or 5 million. I agree with you. But that 4 or 5 million started rising up when people realized, oh, I can emulate Switch games and play them better on a handheld mobile device than Nintendo's actual system.
What does that say about Nintendo then?
Right. which I agree with. The Steam Deck was more recent than the original Switch, and the original Switch started to show its age. So what did they do? They went after was it Yuzu and Ryujinx to shut that shit down. Why? Because it started developing too big of a following, and it's, yo, why buy this when you can get this for a little bit more money and be able to do it better than what it is? So now they're counteracting back with that with the Switch 2. That's why, like, even when you talk about we laugh at the mouse mode thing. That's to counteract the trackpads on the Steam Deck. Nintendo is going back and forth with Valve and the Steam Deck. They're fighting over that handheld market right now. Yes, I buy a game on Valve, on Steam. We'll say Cyberpunk. I can either play Cyberpunk on the Steam Deck, or I can hook the thing up to, I can play it on the computer. Yes, I only purchased it once, and yes, there's two different experiences, but it's not a cheaper version of the game if you're just gonna play it on Steam Deck.
Can I say something about that? Here's the problem with that argument, though. Number one, you can't, the Switch version of Cyberpunk is more comparable to the console version. You can't compare it to the PC version, because the reason why that, like Juice said, you can get the ultimate version on console for like $40-something right now. The reason why it's so high on PC is because you get overdrive mode. So even though on the Steam Deck or whatever, you can't, like, it's not powerful enough to get overdrive mode all the way, you can get some of those assets. You're not getting no overdrive mode on the Switch version, just like you can't get it on the console. So that's where I think I think the fact that you can port it around and play portable games and it works at a certain performance is comparable to the handheld. Your argument is 1,000% right there. Like, when you compare the fact that you can play games on the go and look at what these other handhelds are doing, you're getting a big bang for your buck. I totally agree with you there. I think where the Switch 2 fucks up is now it's dipping its pool in the AAA console market. And when you try to get games like Cyberpunk, or you try to get games like Borderlands 4 Day and Date, and now you're pushing up the price of games altogether, because I'm sorry, Cyberpunk shouldn't be $70, and now you're going to start influencing games on third-party games to start being $80 everywhere, not just on Switch. What are you getting for Switch on the console side that justifies $80? That's the problem, because we can't use Cyberpunk. We can't use Cyberpunk on PC, because Cyberpunk on PC gives at least even the Steam Deck people some form of overdrive mode with the ray tracing and stuff. You can't get that on console. So I think that's out of the argument. But what are you getting on the console side for $80?
The Steam Deck version of it, I can let you know right now, it's not utilizing overdrive or none of that. Now, do they have access to it if you have a device that can push that? Absolutely. But going back to it, and even saying like how you can get the Ultimate Edition for $40. Yes, right now it's on sale for $42.59. But its original price when the sale goes away is $70.99.
Okay.
So it's still cheaper. Is it cheaper on here, or it's still the same price as quote unquote console? Yeah. Okay.
And that part I'm okay with. And that's the part I was trying to explain to Cold Blood. Like, even though it's a less performant version of it, that when these people port the games over to a new console, they look at the user base and they look at their effort of porting, and they're like, if the suggested retail price is $70, it's got to be $70 here as well, even if this is an older game. Now, my misunderstanding was I thought it was 60 on consoles, but if it's 70, okay, fine. But, okay, so that probably isn't going to
Wait. If you want to get the Ultimate Edition without any sale or nothing, yeah? It's 60.
Oh, it's 60? Okay.
It's not 70.
Okay, but then
It's
that's
not
a
70.
problem.
That's bullshit.
Where?
Okay, that's a problem.
On PS5.
I went to PlayStation Store. I went on the internet, put in Cyberpunk 2077 PlayStation. So it took me to PlayStation.com, and it says right now I can get this boy for right now the Ultimate Edition for $42.59, and it has it on sale. So it's got the line with the number crossed out where it says $70.99.
Where you at? Hold on.
You're talking some bullshit, bro.
Hold on, let me see something.
Let me make sure. Yeah, it's Sony.com.
Doriga underscore
Not
SR
Sony, PlayStation.com.
said, it's $70.
Okay. Cyberpunk. Let me look. So Doriega with the say. Doriega, shut your ass up. If you can't get in the chat, shut your
The Ultimate Edition is $60. You are lying, my friend.
Hold on. I'll throw it in the chat.
Why can't I see the Ultimate Edition? Oh no, I'm looking too. It does say. Why is it $70.99? What the fuck is the 99?
See, that's what I'm saying. See,
that's weird. What the fuck is that? Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It has crossed out $70.99. That's so weird.
Yep.
That might be a mistake. Yeah, that might be a mistake. Because why is it $70.99?
The Cyberpunk game was $30 retail, plus the upgrade was $30. How in the fuck did they get to $70 now all of a sudden? That's a
question for Sony.
No, it's not true.
That would. Let me see. Let me look at this. How the fuck is it $70.99? What is it on Xbox? Can anybody look on Xbox? Fuck no, I'm not buying this shit, but game trial. Yeah, it says $70.99. That is so weird. Man, if you don't get this shit out my cart, man. That's weird.
Well, okay.
On Xbox it's $79.99.
On Xbox it's fucking $80.
Yeah, it's $79.99 on Xbox.
So it's $9 more on Xbox. That's wild, bro. Like, what is these mugs do? Golly. But here we go. And notice how this was under the radar. That's why I was like, I could have sworn that this motherfucking game was $60, even with the upgrade. That I was thinking the same thing Cold Blood did. This had to be something that they did recently, and they're only doing it again because of what? Switch is doing it. You know what I'm saying? The Switch is doing it. Why can't we do? You know what I'm saying? This is $70.99. This is the influence that I was worried about.
How do you know that they didn't do it first and Nintendo said, "I bet"?
No, no, I doubt that.
Nah,
because it wasn't nobody paying those 70,
Bro,
especially on
you,
console.
Doriga underscore SR said, I told y'all Xbox was the originator of the price increase. It was 80
it was
before
$30 for the game and $30 for the DLC.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, it was $20.99 for both.
It was never 70, bro. That is some bullshit right now.
I'm thinking, because how old is this Ultimate Edition? Let me go to Steam database and look at the Ultimate Edition to see how old that shit is. And if that Ultimate Edition, let me see, Cyberpunk.
It came out
Not May. December.
The 5th of December.
Yeah, 2023.
Yeah, 2 years ago, bro.
Okay.
Yep.
Nah, there's no way that was $70. Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate. Hold on. Why isn't it showing it to me in fucking Steam database? Because we can look at the price and what the pricing was. 2077 Ultimate. Is it Ultimate or Deluxe?
It's the Ultimate.
Ultimate. Oh, they're not showing it. Ultimate. They're not showing it. Oh, here it goes. Right here. Here it goes. Okay. Price history. Price history US.
If they really want $80 for this, that they can suck a really huge cock. Like, seriously. What the fuck?
Superman.
Oh, no, we got Dorian in the house. What's up, Dorian? Yeah, hold on.
I couldn't say the day. Hold on. I got you.
Hold on.
What's up, bro?
What's good, man?
Couldn't say the day. This was last year, bro.
No, where'd you put it?
I put it in the console wolf.
Oh, okay. All right, let me look. Let me see here. Oh, here you go. He kind of did he rescue? He says, "Oh, that's
$80 last year."
Coming price. That's Canadian though.
Canadian.
Yeah, that's Canadian.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
So it's 70. So that means it was about $70 then, because.
Hey, look, hold on. Look at now. Oh shit! He came in with the secret package. Look at this. It says, but you can get the game physically anywhere for $19.99, and then the DLC for $39.99. So all together, it was $60.
Yeah.
Right, if you bought the physical thing, but remember, Cold Blood said it went up to $30 for the base game. So it's $30 plus. At one point, $30, and then it was $40 for the DLC.
No. But it was always 30.
It was 30. Yeah, it's 40 in Canada. It's 40 in Canada. Hold on, let me look. I'm gonna look at the prices again.
Okay.
Hold on, let me tell. Oh shit, Doriega with he threw the ball in the wrong basket. Oh shit.
I
man. Hold on. Oh man. Damn it. Come on, Steve. Why are you doing this weird shit? I'm trying to find the pricing.
When did it come out? A year ago? Hold on.
See review charts. I don't care about the review charts.
Here, just look up the price of the base
DLC
version of the game.
Yeah, Steam.
The history of the base version.
Powered. The Cyberpunk 2077.
Just read it. I don't read it.
77. Yeah, Phantom Liberty was always $30. I mean, I'm sorry, not always $30. It was. Why is it playing up? Sorry about that, y'all. Sorry. Yeah, no, Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty was always $30, as we were saying before, because it's $29.99 right now. So you can get the $29.99 version of the, what's it called? You can get the $29.99 version of the game. Let's look at the base game. Cyber.
Okay. Hey. I'm looking at something old. It says Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate Edition, not only because the 40% discount lowers its price to $47.99. So whatever that is, by 40%, that's how much it was.
Yeah. See, I'm looking at that. Yeah, that Ultimate Edition was always like sky high. It was always like 80 something, which
right. And when Cyberpunk was getting reamed, it went down in the stores to $20. Mm-hmm. And then when they start having this redemption arc, they start creeping the price back up, and then it did increase. It didn't go all the way back up to regular price, but I believe Cold Blood is right. It did go back up to like 30 or 40 bucks.
Yeah, because the base
before they released the DLC.
Yeah, because the base, I bought the base jump, well, not the base jump, the DLC, and it was 50 for the DLC by itself.
Oh, okay. Where's group panel? Hold on. I'm trying to browser source.
But in its defense, the DLC is what made the game.
Mm-hmm. I mean, and can everybody hear us? I just want to make sure everybody can hear us in the chat. Let us know if y'all can give us a thumbs up or an emoji or whatever the fuck y'all do here. Give us something if y'all can hear us in the chat. I just want to make sure everybody can hear us. And if you're hearing an echo, let us know too, because of the speak to text thing, which everybody's in here, so I'll just shut that off for now. But yeah, that's my argument, is that, like, right here. Okay, so I'm wondering, but that was the price on Steam. What was the history of the price on console though? Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate Edition PlayStation. I wonder what the price was. See, you can get the physical for $60. I feel like that. Yeah, I'm looking at like Amazon, the physical, and it's not even on sale. You get the Ultimate Edition on Amazon for $60. I feel like this price has been fluctuating on console, and I think that the Nintendo Switch version, you got to compare to the console version. So I feel that the console version for the physical should be $60, and if they want to do that weird goofy shit where they charge extra for the digital, okay, that should be $70. Why is the base price $70?
When I bought that game on PS4, it was $60, right?
Mm-hmm.
When they did the campaign for Cyberpunk, the Ultimate Edition for, the Phantom Liberty, they were selling $100. They were selling $100 game for the game and the DLC, or you could buy it separately for $50. That was at that time. But then, like I said, being it's so old, it done got discounted tremendously. You know what I'm saying? But when it came out, if you didn't have the game, you were, SOL. Basically.
I thought that I could have sworn that when see, I don't know about the Ultimate Edition, but I could have sworn that both the DLC and the game without any discounts were $30 at that time.
I bought that for $50. I remember that. I got a long history in my on my account, so I can't. I had to go way back to my purchase date to see, but I remember paying $50 for their expansion.
When I came across the I came across the Reddit post, but now it ain't working. It says it's full price of $79.99. This was a year ago.
Yeah, so it was $30 USD for the DLC. I see an article from IGN before it released. Ooh, okay, hold on. Okay, Phantom Liberty costs $30 USD. Alternatively, if you do not own the base version, if you do not own the base game, you can buy the base game and the expansion bundle for $80 USD. This was written in September. This was written and updated on September 21st, 2023.
Now,
and this was with IGN.
Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate Edition.
I'm trying to figure out why Xbox got theirs so high.
Yeah, I think that's wild. They normally have the prices on IGN. You got that? Can you put that link? Throw that link somewhere, Sean.
Yeah,
they normally have the prices on their pages. And yeah, but that. My issue is, okay. So they want to give you the Ultimate Edition. It's $70. Now, if the Ultimate Edition was $70 on console, physical, all right, fine. But I'm seeing that it's $60 console physical.
All right. It's all right. I'm on the Xbox website. The bundle showing me the base game is $59.99 and the DLC is $29.99.
Now, where the hell did Cold Blood go? Cold Blood disappeared. Where's
I'm still here.
Oh.
But yeah,
I just let y'all misinform everybody.
It's $59.99.
Did you see it in the chat?
Let me see.
The original price.
You put it in the console wars chat or in the chat that we're in?
The console wars chat.
All right, let me see. And for those of y'all that don't know what we're talking about, here, let me put the. All right, I see it. There's a site. Phantom Liberty is the first. Anticipated.
DLC.
Okay. There's at the cost, Liberty costs. Those who don't own the base game buy the base game and expect. So it was $49.99, and so it was 50. So it was 50 and 30. Okay, so the base price was 50 and 30, which means that you could have got the bundle for 80. Okay, so
this now if you buy them separate.
Yeah, how long ago was this? This was September. So then it seems like in December they came up with the Ultimate Edition that included both for 70. So, okay. All right. So if the console price is $70 and then the Switch 2 price is 70, I'm cool. I'm cool with that. I'm seeing that the physical price of the Ultimate Edition though is 60. So I don't know. I'll leave that one alone. We'll leave that one alone. We'll go ahead.
I got the feeling now y'all just getting price gouged like crazy. Like we had the opportunity to just upgrade from the PS4 version to the PS5. And then just pay for the damn DLC if we wanted to. So it really, I mean, it was kind of $90 in the end.
Yeah, that's what I did.
If you did it that way, but from what I can tell is the game, the standard game was just $30, and the DLC was $30.
Right.
At some point.
Yeah.
Now I guess they said, "Nah, fuck it. Since the Switch 2 is coming out, we don't want to charge them more than the rest." So they made it for everybody more expensive.
Hey, hell nah. All right, see, there you go back capping again. The thing when the game was bombing, and they were trying to go back on this redemption tour.
Wait, when was it bombing? That motherfucker sold 13 million copies.
When was Cyberpunk bombing?
It sold 30 million copies, bro.
Yeah, but
what are you talking about?
All
right, here we go.
What Sean talking about
now this what
is
go ahead.
On the PS when it came out at launch, it's base Cyberpunk. A lot of people
it was buggy and fucking dog shit. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but,
right. So it's praise, right?
Yeah, but people won't playing it on just PS4 Pros and your Xbox One X console. They were playing it on original Xboxes and PS4 Slims, going as far as raging like what we see.
Yeah, he trolling. Now, he know what the hell is going on.
But it won't rage like we rage now. they were actually sending death threats to people's houses and shit and all this other stuff. So they took the game down. And then you could get all them 30 million people that bought it. Majority of them got refunded money, because people were coming to me like, hey man, you need to refund your game. I was like, wow, I ain't got no bugs. They're like, you lying. Like, how you gonna tell me I know beat the game? You know. But I was one of the ones that ended up keeping mine. But a lot of people at that time got their money back for that game, because they were giving like the full purchase back on the Cyberpunk.
I didn't refund mine.
Yeah, but I'm just saying a lot of people in the States did. You know what I'm saying? And then with the new consoles coming.
No, bro, come on. How many refunds realistically were made? Like, come on, bro.
A lot.
Let's just get down to it. The game launched terribly, and people did buy it to meme it and stream it for a while, but people was also refunding that game.
Sean, wait. You said it bombed, which is not true in that sense, because it didn't bomb.
Okay. All right.
We're talking now, yeah.
Okay. It did. You're right. It didn't bomb. You know what I mean? It was a perfect game. It was well received and loved by all. You got it.
Absolutely.
You got it.
All right. Well, I'll say
that game was getting killed, so they lowered the price, and they lowered the price of it to try. They lowered the price of it because they was getting slaughtered with all of the bugs and everything else that was happening. And when they re-released it after the updates, they still kept the price low to try to get people to repurchase it and give them a second chance. It was part of, like I said, their redemption. And then that's when they kept it down low, even when they did the Edge Runners anime, to get more people into it. After all of that, right when they was about to release 2.0, it started going back up. It didn't go all the way back up to its original launch price, but the price did go back up because they already had the goodwill and faith of the community. Oh, they came back. It's the same thing like they did with Witcher 3. CD Projekt Red is so back now. All of that crap.
I'll say this.
Can you wait, Moss? Can you invite Juice into the chat?
Where's Juice? Where's he at? Hey, Juice. Juice, jump into one of the and hold on, Juice. Let me add you to. He says over when it was. Juice, let me add you to the what's it called too, bro. We gotta add Juice to the speaker thing. Juice, do you want to jump in here? Jump into one of the voice chats, and then I'll drag you down, bro. Just jump into one of the jump in the lobby voice chat, and I'll drag you down, and then I'm gonna add you to this too. To this talk to speak thing. All right, so here's what I gotta say about this though. All right, fair enough, because there's too many particulars about what the price was, all that other stuff. I'm going to personally say, all right, if the price was $70 on console, I understand why it's $70 on the Switch. I'll say that. That's just me personally. Okay, there he goes right there. All right, Juice, we're gonna bring it there. Here comes Juice. All right, so we're adding Juice to the thing. I'll say this, and then I'm gonna turn it over to Juice. I'll say I understand why it's $70 there. We can bypass that. My question would be, what is the justification? What is Nintendo doing with this unit that justifies them influencing the console market the way that they're doing? And they're doing it. They're going out here. Their execs are telling people, yeah, we got technology on par with what you see, the best of the best out here. In other words, they're comparing it to the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series. And they're justifying influencing the price there. I get where they are competing against the Steam Deck. I get that. That's not a problem because the Steam Deck doesn't influence prices, but by them influencing prices here, and I'll turn it over to Juice first, and then y'all can just go at it. What is justifying these game prices being influenced by Nintendo? Juice, you go here, brother. Welcome to the chat.
It's only their demand, I guess, because it's not technological. You can't charge $70 for Cyberpunk running 23 frames per second.
Hold on, I gotta mute myself.
It just don't make no
Juice
sense.
about to go in.
It makes no sense. $70. So the same price it is on a PS5, where I can run 60 with ray tracing and everything else. You want me to? You charge me the exact same price, which really ain't the same price because Cyberpunk's been on sale for like the last 6 months, really, for $40. They'll say it's going to a certain date and then always extend the date. I have recommended Cyberpunk to multiple people on it. I know nobody that paid more than $40 for it. I just say that every PlayStation sale got Cyberpunk on it down there. So they're charging $70 for something running 23 FPS, probably no ray tracing, probably no nothing else. You're getting bare minimum. It's gonna look like Minecraft. But they want to charge $70. Nintendo is crazy. It's crazy. But they want to charge $70. Nintendo is crazy.
Hey, Juice, can you turn your radio? We're picking it up. Can you turn your the internet or whatever it is that you got running in the back? Turn it down a little bit.
I don't got nothing running in the back.
Well, that's me. My bad.
Oh, okay.
I'll turn it down.
What say he? Doriega and Sean, what you got to say? Goddamn, I thought it was cold blood. Go ahead.
I got it first. Juice, you all right with me, man?
I love you, bro.
That first. I love you too. No offense. What I'm about to say.
Mm-hmm.
How about Cyberpunk on PlayStation?
Mm-hmm.
I already know you heard how much I paid for it. I also bought it on Steam Deck, because I had one of those too. Which I done told y'all I done got rid of that for my, this on my pre-order, this on my trading value. Anywho, the console on the visuals on Steam Deck, right, was the worst that I ever experienced playing Cyberpunk. And that's just on that console. Like literally, it's a PC, right? But in order for me to enjoy it and to be stable, I had to turn everything down to the lowest settings. It's kind of like playing something as beautiful as the Outer Worlds on the original Switch. You understand what I'm saying?
I get it.
Yeah. So I don't think they should compare themselves to no PS5 or no Xbox. I think they should stay in the handheld lane, which is a hybrid. I get, but me personally, I don't look at it as a competitor to I'm gonna just say PlayStation, because there ain't no Xbox. I'm just keep it 100.
Once you do competitive pricing, though, we're going to compare you to.
Thank you.
Yeah,
thank you.
But me personally, I don't know if I said it in the I Speak chat up here. I'm not buying it on release. I probably get it Black Friday when it's down low, like every other Nintendo.
Oh shit! Hold on, Doriega. I gotta stop you there.
The plot thickens.
Oh shit! You ain't getting the day one. Hey Sean, you left on the aisle. It's just you like Tom Hanks. And what's that movie when he got the bloody volleyball? He got the blood spot.
I bought it.
So here,
listen, I bought it.
I'm not
getting
getting
it. Xbox bought it for the Xbox. When I was on Xbox, I brought it on the PS4. I upgraded the PS5. I got the DLC, and I bought it for Steam Deck. I ain't gonna buy it twice. No, sir.
I'm talking about the Switch 2. I'm talking about the Switch 2. Y'all getting the
I'm not buying it on Switch 2. The reason why I'm not buying it on Switch 2 is because I have a bunch of other devices I can play the game on. Now, if I did not have those devices and all I had was a Switch, the only ecosystem I had invested in was the Switch, maybe. The thing is, when I'm buying games for a Switch, I know what it is. Is it ever going to run as good as the PlayStation or the Xbox or anything? Absolutely not. But competitive pricing isn't new. They've always had, it didn't matter what game it was always the same price across the board if it was a multi-plat on stuff. Now, I get it if right now this is the first time something like this is happening. Then I can understand your argument on, hell no, I'm not about to pay $70 for this when I can pay $70 over here and get that. It's always been the case. At that point, you have to decide what's more important. The fact that you can have something that's portable and convenient to play elsewhere, or do I want maximum ray tracing and graphics at the crib in front of the TV?
Right.
Which one?
The same price.
Because at that point, you got to make a decision. Which one is more important to me? I've purchased games on my Switch that I knew I could have gotten it before I got a Steam Deck, where I knew I could have purchased it on PC or purchased it on my PlayStation 4 or whatever. But I chose to get it on the Switch for portability purposes. I'm not expecting it to be just like the console or the PC experience. I've accepted that compromise. Portability was more important than meeting graphics. Now, I've had a bit of a taste, and even with the Steam Deck, I had to make a choice. All right, I can play this on the Steam Deck. All right, it's going to run at 30 frames compared to me getting it over here, where I can run that boy at 60, 90, 120. What's more important? As long as I can hit 30 to 40 frames, it's playable to me. I'm a roll with it. Cyberpunk in itself hitting 23 frames per second is unacceptable, period. I'm not here to justify it being 23 frames per second and me tell you that's okay. I would highly recommend you don't even buy that damn game for that system. Nobody buy it for the system. If you got any other way to play Cyberpunk, play it. If you don't have any other way to play it, buy it. You'll enjoy the game.
I played it. I was on my missus. She like to shoot. Y'all lucky. Y'all just got to buy one console. I got to buy two because she want one too. But when we was on vacation last year at the NRO here, I took my Steam Deck because I ain't want to be bored. And I played Cyberpunk for 30 minutes on that damn system. I had to charge up. Because the higher you go, as far as visuals and tech on a handheld, trying to play a AAA game that's graphically, pushing the console to its limit, it's gonna burn the battery. So, like Sean was saying, you can get 40, 45 if you tweak it right on the Steam Deck, but you're also compromising your battery for performance. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like being on a PC, but like say you have like a whole PC that's poor, or you ain't, you know what I'm saying? You somewhere you got your PC and you using damn solar panel or battery, you know what I'm saying, instead of electricity. It's the same thing.
Can we say this though? Can we admit to this, or Doriega and Sean? Do y'all disagree with this? Cyberpunk 2077, out of anywhere where it can be played, is going to perform the worst on the Nintendo Switch 2. Can we agree to that, or y'all disagree with that?
Yeah. I think the two places it's gonna play absolute terrible. Its worst experience will be the Switch 2 and the Steam Deck.
Okay. All right.
But it's really not about Cyberpunk though. It's what Cyberpunk represents though.
Yeah.
You think it's just going to be Cyberpunk? It's broader things going on than just Cyberpunk. What you think Borderlands going to run?
Oh God! I got my mic. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, it depends. It honestly depends, because I've played games that are on the Switch and are terrible. They run absolute terrible. And then I've played games on the Switch that runs like a dream. So am I expecting, once again, it comes back down to, am I expecting the Switch to run like the PS4 and the Xbox? Absolutely not. But the other part that people are missing is also where I say, like, I may not have as much of an issue with Mario Kart, for example, being $80, is because of the temporary licenses and such that it's giving to friends and family when you want to play those games. So if I have a Switch, and let's just say y'all come over and y'all have Switches, but I'm the only person that has Mario Kart, instead of all of us trying to jam up on my TV screen and connect, I can share my version of Mario Kart with you. And we all can play on our own stuff. So that's
that was
4 copies of the game that they're selling. So like there's 3 Switches in my house. There's 3 Switches in my house, and we all play them, and we all have a family game night. Or when somebody's going out of town for work, that's how we spend time together still. Instead of me having to purchase 3 copies of Mario Kart so we can all game still separately on our own devices, I only got to buy 1.
But but y'all got to be in the game session together, right? Like you can't. No, I can't just go and leave.
I can also borrow. I can lend you the game as well.
Yeah.
And you can hold on to my game for 14 days.
14 days, and give it back. Yeah. So
that tech's been around. They incorporated that tech on the DS. Because when we had DS, we were doing that. You know what I'm saying, around him. I could like say all 4 of y'all, all 5 of y'all here, and y'all like, hey, y'all want to play what was that? New Super Mario Bros. When it came out. I was like, all right, bet. I come in the house and get my Wi-Fi. I turn my Wi-Fi on. Bam, all 5 of y'all got the game, and then and that was back then.
But everybody back then had to still stay on the same Wi-Fi system.
Exactly.
Now you don't have to stay connected to the Wi-Fi system. It's just that when I want to lend you the game, you have to connect.
Yeah. How many people can you lend the game to?
You said who can you?
How many people can you lend the game
5
to?
or 6.
Yeah, it showed it. I think it's like 6 or something. Yeah.
So for 14 days, they all can play it for 14 days?
No. So if we all are playing Mario Kart, let's say 6 of us, all 6 of us can play Mario Kart together off of my cartridge. But let's just say if you wanted to, and I have it digitally, let's just say you're like, yo, let me borrow your Mario Kart. I can give you the Mario Kart. You can only share that with 1 person at a time. But let's just say I got 20 games, and each of y'all want one of my games. I can share the other games with whoever. And y'all get to keep them for 14 days. And then what will happen is after the 14 days, I get my digital copy of my stuff back. And if you want it again, you just reconnect to me locally and you get it again.
Here's my problem
14.
with that. Like, to use that as justification for the price hike. I think what Juice is leaning to is like, look at the PlayStation 5. All I got to do is be part of your family. I can play the game. You can buy one game and we can play it together. And I can be on a PlayStation 5 on Saturn. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they didn't use that to justify a price hike. So I think that's a nice feature, but I don't think that justifies the price hike.
But it's backdooring it, isn't it? Because I know if you have something, we have the same game, and let's just say you and my family and I have it on there, and you and I are trying to play together. We can't play together because the game license is only attached to one of us, so it's only one person at a time.
I got you. I got it. Because I do it. All right. Remember the blackout? That just not too long happened? Okay. Say I give you my account, and I tell you switch your Pro to my home console, right? You give me your account, and I make my PS5 Pro your home console, right? When we have a blackout, you're only allowed to play my games, and I'm only allowed to play your game.
Okay.
See what I'm saying? So you can play them games offline, and you won't sign in like to PSN Network if it's down, but you only have licenses to the games that I have and I have licenses to the games that you have.
No, that is an added benefit that you don't get on the PlayStation Share, but on the PlayStation Share, we can both play the same game together. The license doesn't have to swap. So yeah, it's like
the share button is like say I'm playing Forza, I'm playing Forza on Friday night, and y'all boys want to jump in, and I share my controller with you. It's kind of like clap. It's kind of like what's that? PS Plus Premium, the cloud version on the PS3, but the quality ain't as good as it would be cloud gaming on PlayStation.
I thought if I lend you my game, if I let you borrow my game, I can't play it for 14 days unless I take it back.
We don't have that feature.
No. I know we don't. I know PlayStation does that. I'm saying, like for Nintendo, the way that their share feature works, I got to give you the game, and only one person can play it, which is the person that I lent it to. Like I can't play it too, right?
Right.
Okay.
You can't.
Hell no.
Okay.
Oh, hell
on
no.
that.
Oh, hell
But
no.
it's only like if we're all gonna run something. Let's just say we all get together. So let's just say
and we play a game
think
together.
of LAN parties. Think of like the old school LAN parties. Where it's just now only one person needs to have a game for everybody to be able to enjoy it.
Okay.
That's around.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, if you're playing the game, and we gotta all be together though, right? Playing the game. I get the perks,
right? And
but
then
what I'm
the
saying
other
is,
part of it.
Go ahead. What you say?
No, I was just saying, and the other feature is how we used to be able back in the day to just trade games and stuff like that. Now they got it that you can basically trade games or gift games,
exchange the license
digitally.
Yeah,
correct.
Yeah, I think that
so
that's a cool feature, and I think a PlayStation person would argue, well, when I buy a game, all you got to do is be part of my family, and we can play the game at the same time. You can play, like for instance, what's a single player game? You can play God of War, and you could be in Topeka, Kansas, and then Juice can play. He can be on Saturn and play God of War 2. You know what I'm saying? And that's a perk with the play. So they each, I think each of their sharing things have different perks that the other one doesn't have, but I don't think that either of those perks justify a price hike. Yeah.
Right now, I can, because their feature ain't going nowhere neither. They still have the Nintendo Family Plan, right? So say all y'all just got what's the $20 a month for the for the single. Then I have the Family Plan. I get up to like, I think it's
7 people. It's 7 people.
So I can add each of y'all, everybody here, and give all y'all the expanded. Like, like to play the GameCube, and then I can also backdoor like PlayStation, where I can make let's say MM2K my home console, and make it my home console, where we can share games like that too. So you got those two features on top of them new features we talking about too.
So the feature that you talk about, that's bundled in with the $20 online. You can say you got to pay for that. So
yeah. See, I already paid for the family plan. I got that stat too. That stat too, like I was telling you about with PlayStation, with the PlayStation thing. But what I'm saying is them two features that I already said they don't know about one feature, but the family feature ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
On top of, and then you got the other new features coming too. So you got the trade, you got the family, the little share play thing going on. Well, I ain't say share play, but you got that, you got the family, then you got the trading and the lending out. So
the family feature is a paid for feature though, so that's not separate. We're talking about that. Well, that's separate. We're talking about like features that would justify features that come free with the system, which y'all explain Nintendo's, which sound cool, and I do like the whole whether the online is on or not, the license is swappable, so it doesn't. I'm not tethered to online being on. That's cool, but then PlayStation would say, well, for no additional cost with us, like y'all say it's backdoor or whatever it is, you can play the game that I have in my library, whether you're playing it on my console or not, and you ain't got to play with me. You can play it separately.
You can do that too over here.
But you got to pay for it.
You can do that too.
You got to pay for it.
No. I just log in on. It's just like how on PlayStation, I log in and have an account on, let's just say, your Switch, and you have one on mine. But doing it that way, it does run the check to make sure that I'm not playing said game you're trying to play.
Okay, so but that's different than PlayStation. PlayStation, y'all both can play the same game at the same time.
Profiles. Just gotta be on different profiles. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
You gotta be on different profiles. Like me and my wife, for instance, we got Mario Wonder. We played that game, for example. I purchased the digital game. Her console is my home console, and vice versa. She'll go sign in to me, right? Download the game, then go back and play it on her console. But the difference is when she go out in the wild, it ain't no Wi-Fi, it's gonna ask to check. Same thing with PlayStation. After a few days, if you offline, it's gonna do a check to see if you're online. But other than that,
so y'all can play the same game at the same time?
Yeah. We do it all the time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we do it all the time. My old lady, now she's a Nintendo stan. Like, for real.
And you're saying that doesn't? I thought you said that was part of the family plan. Like, don't
the family plan is for my friends and her, if they want to join my cause so I got the 79 with the $80 plan that give you the 64, the Genesis, and I can't think of the Mario Kart courses.
It's their version of it's Nintendo's version of the PlayStation Plus. So you get like the DLCs for certain games. So like how we was talking about the Zelda upgrade. If you have that, pretty much if you have like the Nintendo's version of the PlayStation Plus Elite or whichever the high tier is,
you ain't gotta buy nothing.
You get DLCs for like those games for free. So like you get the Switch 2 update of both Zeldas for free. You get the Animal Crossing and Mario Kart DLCs for free. So you get that plus the retro game library that they have.
Yep.
And access to online saves and stuff. So it's
$80
basically
a year, you said?
Yeah, it's like $80 a year, but that's the family joint. So you can have 7 people. So like
wait,
even with
wait,
me,
wait a second. You always trash Game Pass for them motherfuckers renting games. So you are renting a fucking upgrade now? Is that what you're trying to tell?
who trashes them for renting games?
Who trash?
Brother,
You talking about me?
everybody.
Oh, you talking
Everybody's
about me?
trashing them.
Yeah. You talking about me? I don't trash.
Now you cap for renting upgrades?
Listen to me. Listen to me. I think I told you a while back. I don't mind people gaming on Xbox, but I know what Game Pass is for. Game Pass was originally set up for people who were just coming into the ecosystem, that didn't have games, and also to try out games, and then they say, hey, the game you just played is on sale. It's discounted $29, sometimes $14. But the people don't buy the games. And for somebody like me that was over there, I was a big game person. I was what you was to the Xbox community. AAA hardcore gamer. Back to a time where indie games was in its own separate tab. You didn't even have to go in the store. MM2K know what I'm talking about. You didn't have to go in the store to look up nothing indie. You had it won't Microsoft Marketplace. It just said Xbox games. Then you had indie games or indie or whatever. Xbox Live Arcade. The problem I have now is if I have more games, right, than what's offering in the Game Pass for me personally. I own every first party that came from Microsoft. So majority of that is
That
cooking
was
up.
not my point. That was not my
Yeah,
point
listen,
at all.
listen. I understand. I'll get to your point. Give me a minute. Well, give me a minute. But what I'm saying is, it got to the point where I started feeling forced because I couldn't play multiplayer games that I own unless I sub to Game Pass. And I'm like, bro, I just want Xbox. I want the live part. I don't want Game Pass. You know what I'm saying? That's my issue from a consumer on my standpoint. And as far as Nintendo go, with that, the games that they offer is not in my library. I don't own them games. You see what I'm saying? Like, I own the X party. I say X party. The Xbox games, the majority of them that they offer, right? But I don't own the retro games that Nintendo is putting up there for me to play, or the DLC.
And don't get it wrong, Nintendo be getting killed for their lack of real offerings for their monthly sub. That's why now they're like, well, here we add DLC to this joint now. You know, hey, you want this game? You gonna get this for free. Hey, you gonna get that other thing up in the app.
That's bullshit. They should offer you free games free every month, just like everybody else does.
No, they do.
Well, they technically do. That's what the retro
what
games
they
are.
do is emulate for you games that you could emulate yourself easily on any other fucking device.
They do that on PlayStation. They charge $10 for them PS1 games.
You can emulate God of War Ragnarok right now. Could you do that?
This is what I'm saying. You arguing about retro games, right? PlayStation put up retro games every 20th of the month, and they purchase them on the store for people who don't got them for $10.
And then they increase the price to tell you that, hey, we got to increase the price of the PlayStation Plus so you can get to play God of War Ragnarok. And then you complain about the price hike.
How about Ridge Racer Revolution on PS5 for $10?
No Nintendo fans could talk to me about nothing about pricing right now.
Okay.
Don't even bring up pricing about anything. Don't mention pricing about anything. Don't mention nothing about price.
Like
Right,
what's
so what pisses you off? Because I get the $80 joint. Like I say, am I happy about it? Absolutely not.
Or it's going to trickle down to me with the games I like on other systems.
Juice, let me explain.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
What I was saying is, everybody is like, "Oh, why are they renting games? That's so stupid, right? Like, owning games. But now you are capping for a fucking upgrade to a game being rented. not even a fucking game. a damn upgrade, bro. You pay monthly for an upgrade.
Yeah, they've been doing that though.
Who's been doing that?
Nintendo.
When?
The boosted courses for Mario Kart.
Right, yeah, it's been like that since the Switch. That's what I'm saying. Like, their most popular games.
Turn on your Switch.
They give you
the online part.
Yeah, the most popular games. If you sign up for their thing, they give you the DLCs for some of their most popular games.
Yeah, and just you by yourself is $50 versus $100 and something, or the $20 for you.
And they encourage you that hopefully you have friends in real life that you sign up. That's why it has the family and friend pack, where 7 of y'all can get together and break that price down. That if you just want the bare base version of it, it's less than $5 for online for the year.
Bro, with those prices on Nintendo, ain't nobody having a fucking Switch 2 in real life that I know of. Bro,
well, that's because for you it's more expensive. I get it. Like I said, with your price, hell nah. My price,
I want
it's different.
I want to pay.
Yeah,
but
price of the Switch 2 ain't the issue though. The issue not the price of the Switch 2.
Yeah,
that's going market value for what they give you. I don't think the price of the Switch 2 is the issue.
The cart price, the whole cart issue. I'm not buying just the console and then going out to buy damn Mario Kart. I'm buying the bundle because that's $50. I'm just paying $50 for the game, which I think if you're gonna get a Switch 2, that's what you should do. You shouldn't go out and get a damn Switch, just the system, and then turn around and spend $80 or Code Plus case $90 for Mario Kart. Instead of just, it's crazy not to get a bundle when it's cheap.
Yeah, but the bundle is sold out. Like, you ain't buying the motherfucker nowhere.
Who ain't buying the bundle?
Then if the bundle is sold out, then I'm just not getting Mario Kart. It's not a live or die game for me. But the thing is,
oh my god, Sean, thank you. Oh my god,
what
you finally said it. You finally said it.
You finally said it. That's the whole thing.
Officially said it.
I've been saying it. For me, I told you the reason why I want it is because yes, I got almost 200 games on Switch on the first one. And not all of those games, especially like how we even talked about Xenoblade. With Xenoblade Chronicles 3, I ended up selling the 7 Seas for the copy of it to play on Steam Deck because I was dissatisfied with the frame rates and the performance of the game on
the vision.
Yeah, on Switch. And so I ended up going there. But I still want to finish and play it on the actual Switch. So with the Switch 2 and this upgrade and boosted.
Did we lose somebody?
Yeah, I don't know what the hell.
He tapped too much.
What'd you say?
But nah,
Discord was like, that's enough. Zip.
I'm back.
There you go,
Y'all
there you
some
go.
haters. No, my phone was ringing my bad.
Oh, go ahead.
But no, what I'm saying is, for like my older games that were struggling with the original hardware because it's so old, it's like 10 years, almost 10 years now. I get to go back and actually finish or play those games at acceptable frame rates and stuff now. So for me, even if I don't buy the game at launch.
Wait a second. Acceptable frames, meaning 30 FPS?
30 FPS is acceptable frames.
I mean, it could be, or it could be.
Nothing in 2025 should be running under 30 frames. Can we agree on that? No matter what it's on, it should not be running under 30 frames.
So when I'm saying acceptable frames, it could be 30.
It depends on what it is for me.
No, anything in 2025, no matter what is on, should not be running under 30 FPS.
Listen, broski. And this talking for somebody that own the program. To me, I don't care about nobody else, what everybody else says. It depends on said game. If I'm shooting, racing, I want my 60. If I'm beating ass, swinging the sword, depending on what type of sword I'm swinging and what game. I ain't talking about no Black Myth Wukong now, so I need my 60 in that. I'm talking about like your beat 'em ups and stuff like that. I don't mind 30. You see what I'm saying? I got my pet peeves on what I pay 60. Like I said, I got a whole AK TV.
Let me get an example, son. Let me get an example.
I got a whole AK TV up here.
Give me 1 second.
So
if I go to Ruth's Chris, right, and they charge me a certain amount of money for a steak, right?
Yeah.
Right. So then I go to McDonald's and they charge me the same exact money for a McRib, right?
Mm-hmm.
It shouldn't matter. If you charge me the exact same money, I should expect a Ruth's Chris steak, right?
But see, you and me different. Because before
I got them right there. You said, all right, go ahead.
Before I go to any one of them places, I'm gonna pull out my app and I'm gonna buy it cheap.
What?
So the thing about you going to Ruth Chris, or you going to
Ruth Chris or
whatever.
McDonald's, before I get there, I'll pull out my app and whatever meal I'm gonna get. Cause I like to eat. I'm small, but I eat. Okay, I'm gonna get say McDonald's. I'm gonna get that thing on that barbecue, that double quarter pounder, right? I'll get that. I'm probably get me a 10-piece nugget, and then I'm gonna order that on the app. Then I'm gonna use my my 20 or 30% off. You know what I'm saying?
What he's saying, he getting his on sale. He ain't paying full price regardless.
I ain't paying full price on no meal now.
But what I would jump in on that is say,
I get what you're saying.
What I would say is, if I go, no, that's not what I'm saying.
A whole channel called Digital Foundry had a whole dissertation on Spider-Man and puddles, but now frame rates don't matter. Whenever Nintendo come out, frame rates don't matter. Nothing matters. Nothing matters with Nintendo, and they can charge premium prices. They charged too much for the prices last year. They didn't make $70 games. They'd have been nice just to keep them at $70 because all the money they owed y'all for buying them $70 games.
All right, there we go with the after year. All right,
stop
this. You don't talk about
foolery.
This.
Stop.
Hey, look.
Make sense of this.
Let me go.
I'm buying
the Xenoblade Chronicles X. I'm playing that right now. That's probably it's running smooth. I'm going to say about 30 frames per second. There is a 60 FPS mode, but it's not on the Switch 1. So now, if I do
How
get
much
the
does
Switch
How
2,
much does Xenoblade cost you though for Switch 1?
50.
Xenoblade, yeah, it was 50 or something like that. Yeah, it wasn't big. It was actually one of
Yeah.
the cheaper games.
And then 2 was Xenoblade 2. I think it was 30. Xenoblade 3 was 50. Well, 60. 59.99. But what I'm saying is you gonna have
Xenoblade was actually one of their cheaper games. Yeah.
yeah, was made by Nintendo. But like I
Yep.
said, looking at some of the Nintendo games that's going forward, you got some 70. I think the only one that's talking is the Donkey Kong and they're going the Kart. But the rest of them that I see offered are around them same prices as the original Switch.
Yeah. Donkey Kong is $70. Mario Kart is 80. The rest of Cyberpunk is 70, but the rest are 60, 40, 50.
Yeah.
All going down up in there. And that's what we're talking about. And that's on Switch 2. The most expensive ones outside of Cyberpunk's Ultimate Edition has been Nintendo first party games. Those are the ones that's had the actual increase as far as the price go. I understand what you're saying because yeah, Sony could look at it and be like, hey, well,
no, there's
we gonna start
There's
charging.
$80 third party games. There's a I just saw what was that Machina or something like that. There was a game on there for $80.
Which one was that? You talking about Damon X Machina?
Yeah.
They talking about that anime zone.
Yeah, that's a Nintendo joint.
Yeah.
Oh.
But we're saying they some 80 and they some
Yeah.
still
Damon
in the,
X-
the regular price range.
That is not a
what's to keep them
Nintendo
from
joint.
saying
Stop lying.
our budget's
That's
a little
not a
higher
Nintendo
on this one? We could charge 90 or 100 since they don't have no price. Like they have no consistency with their prices, so they can charge whatever they want for any game.
And what y'all think
Yeah, that's not
Zelda's
new.
going to be?
That's
What's Zelda's going to be?
Zelda-
I know Zelda's gonna be out.
Zelda. I'm expecting 80. I'm expecting $80. And the thing
Last
is,
one was 80.
it's not. This isn't anything new. This has been going on with Nintendo for years, but nobody's locked in on Nintendo. I can't speak for the other consoles like that because I didn't really get them growing up, and even when I I got an Xbox later on in life and like PlayStations later, but I know like Nintendo themselves, they had a variety of different prices when they launched all of their stuff.
Hold on.
Where
Are
before
you
it
talking
used
about
to be
what era are you talking about? Are you talking about when the cartridges were
And-
out?
And hold up. And we have had from older disc based games that was in the 80s and 90s.
Because I know
Alright,
for
What
sure
was this?
when I know for sure back with the 64 we're going to get games. It wasn't sales. It was this game is actually released at this price. That game is released at that one. Kirby might be like $60, and this is like on Nintendo 64.
Mm-hmm.
That's
That was how
cartridges, though.
I
You can't
ended-
compare cartridges and disc, though. And
Yeah, I was talking about this.
But here, like I said, digital and physical media is the same price. They didn't have digital media like that back then. But
Mhm.
even when digital media started coming out, digital and physical were the same price generally. But the price ranges for games were still all over the place.
But you understand why it was all over the place. It was all over the place because of the price of the cartridges. The price to make the cartridges
Right. So,
were extremely high. So that's why, depending upon the data, and if they had to use if they had to use more expensive technology to get more data on the cartridge, that's where you got your $80 cartridges versus your $40 cartridges. So we can't compare the cartridge era to the disc era. Now I know Dorian is saying there was some discs.
okay, so
There was some discs
So
that
what
were
about now,
like
then?
those are like special rare situations where they're like, if it was an import or something like that, very seldom.
When the Saturn and the daggone PS1 first launched,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some of them games up there was $80 to $100. I was telling you about the cartridge thing. I remember when I first got my NES for Christmas. We talking about cartridge now, but my mom, I think she was making like $3 something. She working at JC Penney, and she put that thing on layaway, and I got all happy as hell. First week, power cord went out. That's why I'm telling y'all lucky. Like a lot of new gen gamers now lucky they can go in the game store and buy a power adapter. Cause back then you had to ship that thing. You had to go to the damn post office, get a shipping label, cause they ain't offer you one. Ship that shit back in, and the power adapter itself was $100.
All right. And to even jump in back with the cartridge thing. So if we're saying, okay, it was all right for that to happen because the cartridge technology and stuff was different and more expensive. So now going from the Switch to the Switch 2, the cartridges are different. They have backwards compatibility. That they said, where if you buy a Switch 2 game and it is playable on Switch 1, you'll get it and you'll be able to play the Switch 1 version of it, or whatever the case may be. But the cards now are at least double in size. They're 64 gigabyte cards compared to where they used to be 32, and they have to run much faster in order to keep up spec wise. So you can play these games that are coming out on there now, on the Switch 2 now. So they did break down part of the technology behind it. That's why
that technology, the technology.
But that's why even if you download the game, you have to get the express cards now. You can't use the regular the micro SD cards like we used to. Even if you had the like extreme versions, now you got to get the next tier up, or else it will not work in that system.
Number one, the technology, that technology, even though it might be a little bit more expensive, it's not $10 more expensive. Number two, that would justify an $80 physical game versus the $70 digital. Like, I'm all okay, even though I wouldn't get a third-party Switch game for $70. I'm okay with Switch digital games being $70 because that's the market. My problem is them pushing up the market to 80 and 90. And there's no, even if they were like, well, you know what? This technology on this card is more expensive. We're going to charge $10 more for it. Okay, fine. My problem is, what is your justification for $80 digital games? There is none.
Because there's no difference in price.
What do you mean there's no difference in price?
There's no difference in price between physical and digital. We're talking about the United States. Other countries have different rules where it comes down to digital and physicals. So yes, that's where you will see where a game might be 80 euros digitally, 90 euros physically. And a lot of people assume that was the same for us here in the United States. But the United States, we don't follow that. For us, it's the same price across the board.
That's not what MM2K saying. He says they gave a justification for the physical price hike. What's the justification for the digital price hike?
Because it's across the board is what I'm saying. It's the same price here across the board.
Yeah, but saying why?
Basically, why did it go from 70 to 80? That's what I'm saying. Like, what justify? Let's take physical out of it. What justified $70 to $80 digital?
I've been saying for years.
That I do not know.
Sorry to if I opinion about it, or what I'm about to say. If this is what you do, this is what you do. And I've been saying since I've been doing it. I've been digital since 2013, right? I've been arguing with people back and forth about digital and physical media. I got a friend right now. He probably watching. He probably like, defending, talking about that digital shit. But anywho, the first game I encountered where I had to physically, instead of popping that disc in to go play, was Grand Theft Auto 5 for the 360. The thing had 2 discs. And I looked at the damn disc and I was like, well, why is the damn disc the same size as the damn disc? It baffled me. But across the board, where we at now, so a lot of people be like, well, it's $100 it's 100 gigabytes on the disk. Okay, I understand that, but you still downloading the same size as a person like me download for damn base game. Just like Space Marines 2.
Mm-hmm.
It's 60 gigs across the whole board. You know what I'm saying? So me, I guess they looking at it like, well, let's just charge the same thing across the whole board. But I did say last year though, even before this Nintendo announcement, when we were talking about games a while back before the new regimen came in place, that this shit about to go up. Cause due to inflation. And I ain't just talking from a Nintendo standpoint right now. I'm just talking in general. When COVID came, right? Everybody and their mama went out here and spent money like crazy. I took up some little bit of business management in school because I'm trying to work my way at my job, be some type of management. But when you gotta output heavily to certain circumstances, you got supply and demand. But they have supply and demand, and we have got that back. But motherfuckers out here are starting to be greedy. That's what it boils down to.
Well,
because we've been
I
out the
agree with
damn
that.
deficit.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Nintendo
We've been out the
greedy.
deficit.
It's greedy.
Yeah, we've been out the deficit. But I feel like when they were doing the 50-60 and seeing, because I'm going to call it like it is. Sorry, Cole. When I ain't capping for him, you said I was capping earlier. But I got to call it like it is because I remember when Xbox wanted to start increasing the damn games, the $69.99, they were the first ones to do it. And then who else got on board behind the $69.99? Sony, right? Then
No,
Steam.
2K was. I thought 2K was the first.
2K was talking at first. Like everybody wanted to go up in price because they didn't go up in price last gen.
But I'm talking about as far as console.
Console, yeah. 2K was floating that out first, bro. Yeah, see,
but listen, but Xbox took it on first and started upping their games to 70. Then PlayStation came right back around and put their games to 70. Nintendo did the same thing too, which a lot of people don't realize with Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. That's a $70 game.
Yeah,
I remember.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a cause and effect. That's how it always been.
I think the other
now
part
you
of it is you made
why we getting upset over them raising it to 80 because.
No, y'all are glossing over something important. I get the prices going up. My question is, why does Nintendo get to raise if 90% of what Nintendo is offering is comparable to a handheld? So because every time we ask about the 450 price, y'all keep going handheld, and I agree with you. So if the lane that they're in most of the time is handheld, why do they get to influence the AAA console market by raising the price for everybody? See, what Doriega just described, Nintendo caught up, which I think is fair because their games, as fun as they are less technically inclined and they're less state of the art. So therefore, they should catch up. But they don't went from catching up
totally agree with you.
to raising the ceiling on the industry. And that's where we're pumping the brakes like, no. And that's why I was asking Sean, what justified them, screw the $90, what gave them the kahunas to go from 70 to 80 in digital? What are they doing in their games that justify them leading the market to $80?
Doriega just touched on it, and I kind of forgot about that. It wasn't a jump from 60 to 80. You're right, Doriega. It was from 70, and that was with, like you said, Tears of the Kingdom. Tears of the Kingdom started them catching up with everybody else on, all right, it's $70. And now when it comes down to their new system, because everybody else has at least like a $10 difference in between their previous gen and their next new gen price.
Mm-hmm.
So for that, it's
but they didn't do it
here,
last
you can
gen.
get it for.
You see what I'm
You
saying?
can get it.
They didn't do it last gen though. Because last gen they caught up. Previously Nintendo's always been catching up because they realized that they are less technically inclined than everybody else. So they always wait to catch up. This time they did not only not wait to catch up, they moved it ahead. What are they? That's what I'm saying. So, what are they doing that justifies them not going through the regular ebb and flow and actually raising the price for everybody?
Because they're like, hey, we have two versions of the same game is out. If one of our versions of the game is $70, our newest version is going to be more than the 70, which is the 80. Now, I'm not necessarily saying what's the magic behind it. I don't know. I'm not up in there with that. I have no idea. But the thing is, they did play catch up because before with the DS, games was like $35, I think was like their higher end first party joints. Other than that, I think it was like 45 was, because I remember like their Pokemon games was like 45, which was the highest. Everything else was 40 and like $35. Then when they made the jump from the DS to the Switch, they started charging the same rates as everybody else. And yes, the console market, console and PC market. And then when the console and PC market increased their price, then they started increasing theirs now, which happened to be late in the game. So now they're like, okay, well, you got something else. We got something else newer out. If our current joint is $70 and y'all are paying $70 for it, our new joints is gonna be $80.
That's a problem because there's no because last time when the Switch 1 came out, they waited to catch up because even though it's a 9th gen console, it's running off of 7th gen capabilities. So they said these guys are charging more because their cost of development is going up. They're using the latest ray tracing. They got 2,000 people developing their games. So we can't charge what they're charging now, but eventually we can catch up. And that was an understandable stair step. But now they're charging like they got 2,000 people developing. Ain't no 2,000 people developing Mario Kart World. They are not paying that much to develop their games. That's why the rest of the industry was going up and was going crazy about raising prices because it cost them. It went from, like, for instance, what do you call that damn game? Uncharted 2. It was like $50 million to make and market to where now Spider-Man 2 is $350 million to make and market. So they went up almost like 300%. So that's why their development costs went up so much. That's why they wanted to go up in price because they didn't do it last gen because they were afraid of the backlash. Nintendo has none of those problems. Nintendo does not spend a lot of money to make their games. They had really, in my opinion, but because the way the market was, they had no justification to make any $70 games. But the market was at $70. They felt like they had a high demand unit. Fine, I'm okay with it. But now you're raising the price to $80? What are you doing? Yep. Where is your technology to justify $80?
For the high demand games. The other part of it is, I would say look at the business side. I don't know. It could have a part to play at it. Everybody else has been shutting down studios, condensing, and everything else. Nintendo hasn't done that.
Because their games are cheap to make.
All just take. But no, they've been losing money, but their higher ups, their CEOs and everybody agree to take pay cuts to keep their offices fully staffed.
I'm gonna tell you another thing.
They all took pay cuts for that. Everybody else was shutting stuff down and saying, "Nah, we up out of here." So I don't know. I don't know if it's because like, hey, we lost some money or whatever, but we're keeping everybody employed. I don't know if it is because of the $10 upgrade standard that had been in place between the changes in generations. If now they're like, hey, now we're moving forward, we say that our high demand games are now going to be $80.
Okay, Doriega, you go ahead and close. I got to get out of here. We got to do
That's
this shit again.
That's a good conversation, man. Yeah,
go ahead, Doriega. Go ahead.
I would say this because I ain't one. This is what I would say about Nintendo, the people that just game on Nintendo. I ain't did not a copy yet, but I have seen Nintendo people buy something as simple as Zelda Twilight Princess at $60.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, like I do remakes. I like remakes. I don't like remasters. I do a remake right now, like Final Fantasy remake, Last of Us remake. But people will spend people will spend that to play them games, the remake. So I guess in their mindset they were like, well, if they're gonna pay $60 for something as simple as Zelda Twilight Princess, let's start at 80. That's just my personal opinion.
Juice or Cobla, y'all got any final words before we get up out of here? We got to do this shit again. I think next time when we do it, we're going to have specific topics that we're going to focus on, whatever. But this was a great conversation. But yeah, Cobla or Juice, y'all got any final things before we get out of here?
No, I think I said everything I need to say.
Now people gonna see what I have to deal with every day on Discord. Actually, they're gonna see it.
It'd be me and Cold Blood, man.
The fucking cap in here, bro.
It's Civil War.
It's fighting.
Yeah, it's
join the Discord, please.
Every day. Join the Discord, so you're gonna see Captain America versus Iron Man every day.
Doriega, wait, Juice.
Yes.
Tell the people how much cap is in this fucking chat all the
time. I don't know. I don't know, Cole. Don't do
so
it.
Much cap. I think they work at Mitchell and Ness, man. That's how much cap is going on.
Hey, look. Hey, look now. I don't know, because this past weekend, you were giving your ass the damn blues now.
That's the truth from my side. So don't try to make him one of yours with the $80 games.
Yeah, join the Discord. Yeah, we have a good time in the Discord.
Hey man, they be cutting up in there. I can't even say, even though it's named after me, I can't even take credit for it. These motherfuckers be cutting up in there, bro. I be at my job like, what? I be dying. Oh man. But yeah, we gotta do this more regularly when we can, and we gotta do this again, definitely. All right, because I gotta get out of here. But appreciate everybody. Thank y'all so much. We'll be here again tomorrow. We might, if everybody can show up, we can chat about some more shit tomorrow. That Oblivion, I was looking on Twitter. Oblivion's supposed to release tomorrow, so we can talk, give our thoughts about that if anybody want to hop in or whatever.
You're not gonna live stream that?
I might do it. I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't a big Oblivion fan, but they supposed to modernize it, so I'll give it a shot. Yeah, I might do that. So.
All right.
Yep.
Well, I'm always down. I have more availability this week, so let me know.
Cool. Yeah, I got lucky too. I got like 4 hours.
Still gonna be here, bro.
Yep.
Even when Moss is gone.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right. Okay. I'm trying to find a way, Cold Blood, that if you giving it to them in the Discord, if they want to go live, you can just go live here and do it in the Discord. There's a way for me to do that. I can't. I'm trying to figure it out.
Yeah, I'll tell you in the thing. If you want.
Okay.
So like trying to incorporate in something where we can pop in and join y'all.
Yeah.
When y'all do.
Yeah. Well, you're an admin in the Discord. Yeah, we can. Yeah, we definitely need to figure that out, because that'd be the shit. This was the shit. So.
I love $80 games. I just want to put that out there.
Yeah, King Cap and Sean. Yeah, I love $80. $100. I want a $100 Mario Kart. God damn. All right.
He loves that shit without wrestling, bro.
All right, John. We're gonna get out of here. Peace.
All right.